Black grandmothers in the 1970s carried wisdom that went far beyond recipes and Sunday dinners. They held tight to superstitions, old wives' tales, and home remedies that had been passed down through generations, each one treated as sacred truth. Some sounded ridiculous to young ears, others made no scientific sense whatsoever. But decades later, many of these beliefs have proven surprisingly accurate, while others remain mysteries that connect us to ancestors we never met. Here are 30 superstitions and old wives' tales that Black grandmothers swore by, and the stories behind why they mattered so deeply. Never sweep someone's feet or they will never get married. This warning came swift and serious in Black households during the 1970s. Grandmothers would snatch the broom from your hands if you accidentally brushed it across someone's shoes. The belief ran deep that sweeping over a person's feet cursed them to a life of loneliness, destined to remain unmarried forever. Kids learned quickly to announce, "Lift your feet," before sweeping anywhere near family members. The superstition likely originated during slavery, when marriage between enslaved people held no legal standing, making the institution fragile and precious. Any action that might jinx someone's chance at marriage was taken seriously. For grandmothers who had fought to build families despite systemic destruction, protecting marriage prospects felt like protecting survival itself. Today's generation might laugh at jumping over a broom to reverse the curse, but in the 1970s it was performed without question. Number 2. Swimming right after eating would give you cramps and make you drown. This was not presented as a suggestion. It was delivered as absolute fact that could mean life or death. Black grandmothers enforced a strict waiting period of at least 30 minutes, sometimes a full hour, before anyone was allowed back in the pool or lake after a meal. Kids would sit on towels in the hot sun, watching others swim, while their lunch supposedly digested. The warning was repeated so often and with such conviction that entire generations grew up believing it as scientific truth. While modern research shows the cramp risk is exaggerated, the underlying concern was real. During an era when many Black children were still learning to swim in segregated or limited facilities, grandmothers wanted every precaution taken. Drowning was a genuine fear in communities where swimming lessons were not universally accessible. The rule kept kids safe, even if the science was not quite accurate. Number 3. When your ears ring, somebody, somewhere, is talking about you. Black grandmothers had an entire system built around this belief. If your right ear rang, someone was saying something good. If your left ear rang, they were gossiping or speaking negatively. Some grandmothers taught their grandchildren to bite their tongue when their ear rang, believing it would make the gossiper bite theirs. Others said to call out names of people you suspected until the ringing stopped, revealing the culprit. This superstition offered a way to make sense of random physical sensations and connected people across distances. In tight-knit communities where everyone knew everyone's business, the idea that you could somehow sense being discussed felt entirely plausible. It also served as a reminder to watch what you said about others, because they might somehow know. Medical science now understands tinnitus differently, but the social function of this belief created accountability in communities where reputation mattered deeply. Number 4. Vicks VapoRub could cure absolutely anything that ailed you. This was not superstition so much as religious conviction in Black households of the 1970s. That small blue jar sat on bathroom shelves like a medical miracle in petroleum jelly form. Chest cold? Vicks. Stuffy nose? Vicks. Sore muscles? Vicks. Headache? Rub it on your temples. Earache? Put some on cotton and stick it in your ear. Grandmothers applied Vicks with such confidence that kids believed it actually worked for everything. The sharp menthol smell became associated with healing and comfort, the scent of being taken care of when you felt terrible. Some families put it on their feet and covered them with socks at bedtime, swearing it cured coughs overnight. Others mixed it with hot water for steam treatments that cleared sinuses instantly. While Vicks was designed specifically for respiratory relief, Black grandmothers expanded its applications far beyond the label instructions, and somehow it seemed to work every time. Number 5. If your palm itches, money is coming your way. Black grandmothers read palms like fortune tellers, interpreting every itch as a financial prophecy. Right palm itching meant money coming in. Left palm itching meant money going out. The protocol was specific. When your right palm itched, you were supposed to scratch it on wood to ensure the money actually arrived. If your left palm itched, you kept your hand still to prevent losing money unnecessarily. Kids would run to their grandmothers announcing itchy palms, and she would either celebrate the coming windfall or warn about upcoming expenses. This superstition created a sense of control over unpredictable finances in communities where money was often tight. It offered hope during difficult times and prepared people for unexpected costs. Whether the itch actually predicted anything remained debatable, but the ritual of interpreting it brought comfort and a feeling that the universe was communicating directly through your body. Number 6. A black cat crossing your path brings terrible luck. This superstition transcended race and culture, but Black grandmothers in the 1970s took it particularly seriously. If a black cat crossed your path while walking, you were supposed to turn around immediately and take a completely different route. Some grandmothers taught more elaborate rituals, such as walking backwards 7 steps, spinning in a circle 3 times, or spitting over your left shoulder. The fear was real and immediate. Black cats were seen as vessels of bad energy, possibly connected to witchcraft or dark spirits. Kids learned to scan ahead for cats before crossing streets or walking through neighborhoods. The superstition likely originated in medieval European roots, but it embedded itself deeply in African American folklore. Interestingly, some grandmothers believed owning a black cat was good luck, but having one cross your path remained universally bad. The contradiction made perfect sense in the logic of superstition. Number 7. Never put a hat on the bed, or someone in the house will die. This warning was delivered with deadly seriousness in black homes during the 1970s. Hats belonged on hooks, on heads, or on shelves, but never, ever on a bed. The superstition suggested placing a hat on a bed invited death into the home, putting family members at risk. Some traced this belief to old traditions where hats were placed on beds only when preparing bodies for burial. Others connected it to lice and disease that hats might carry, making beds contaminated spaces. Grandmothers enforced this rule strictly, snatching hats off beds with genuine alarm if anyone forgot. For children, the rule seemed arbitrary and strange, but the fear in their grandmother's eyes made it unforgettable. Even today, many people raised in black households in the 1970s still feel uncomfortable putting hats on beds, the superstition woven so deeply into their consciousness that it persists as automatic behavior. Number 8. Whistling at night calls the devil or evil spirits. Black grandmothers shut down nighttime whistling immediately and without discussion. The belief held that whistling after dark attracted demonic attention, inviting spirits or the devil himself into your presence. Some versions specified that whistling in the house at night was particularly dangerous, while others banned all nighttime whistling regardless of location. Kids who forgot and started whistling during evening hours would be stopped mid-note with sharp warnings and genuinely frightened looks. The superstition has roots in various African and Caribbean traditions, where nighttime was considered the domain of spirits, and sound could serve as an invitation. Whistling, being a deliberate and piercing sound, was thought to cut through the veil between worlds. Whether or not anyone actually believed the devil would appear, the rule created a nighttime atmosphere of respect and quiet that reinforced bedtime routines and kept households peaceful after dark. Number 9. Putting shoes on the table brings death or extreme bad luck. This superstition was treated as non-negotiable fact in black homes during the 1970s. New shoes, old shoes, any shoes at all, they stayed off tables and counters. Grandmothers would gasp audibly if they saw shoes anywhere near surfaces where food was prepared or eaten. The belief suggested shoes on tables invited death into the home, at minimum brought severe misfortune to the family. Some connected this to old coal mining traditions, where a dead miner's shoes were placed on the table, creating a permanent association between shoes on tables and death. Others pointed to simple hygiene, since shoes tracked dirt, germs, and outside contamination. Regardless of origin, the rule was absolute. Kids learned early that shoes lived on floors, in closets, or on special racks, but never on elevated